Good morning. I'm in Arizona. We made it day before yesterday. We made it day before yesterday quite late. I'm trying to think. No, we didn't make it late because we were in Arizona. We did make it after dark though because we spent some time in Phoenix. Today I have iced coffee because I'm here alone and I don't think we have any pods. But it's also warm. Warm! Yes! 83 in the 80s. Yeah, we got here. Well, we went to another antique store in Phoenix. And I didn't film that, I just shopped. I found a vase there, and I'll show you the haul stuff on a special video, because I haven't found it all yet. I have little bits and pieces. Oh yeah, that's a cool one too. Yeah, I went to a bookstore and found some cool stuff too. I'll show you what I found. I have not found my Christmas ornaments yet. Not there unless they're in there with that. I'll do a different video for Wednesday. Wednesday, I will show you the antique store haul and show you all that I found. Pretty cool stuff, I gotta say. I found some pretty cool stuff, which, you know, it's easy. Antique stores, come on, there's always something cool. But after we got here, well, I found out the day before we got here that the Javelina had returned to live under my park model. Now, those of you that have sort of done the live Facebook ones with me that I have not gotten up on YouTube, sorry, and the goal is to get those up. Hopefully I can still download them all. But I downloaded a bunch. I just haven't uploaded them into YouTube. 4 years ago, a Javelina lived under my house. I think it was 4 years ago. And maybe I didn't say that on video. I don't remember. But he lived under the house, and he trashed the skirting. Because these park models, they're aluminum siding and aluminum skirting. Some people in the neighborhood changed them over to wood, and new ones have wooden siding. But I was trying to embrace my trailer park life, and I like the aluminum. I felt like it looked sort of mid-century silver. I really wanted silver aluminum. We ended up not getting it. We had white because they didn't have silver. Couldn't get it. But anyway, Javelina. Clearly the Javelina remembers that I was once his home because he has returned this year. And he found an opening next to the furnace behind the house and busted under my house again, trashing my skirting, and then busted out the side, trashing more of my skirting. So I have a Javelina. And they're quite stinky, but this one isn't. So I think males must be stinky and females must not be stinky. Because I don't smell her, I just hear her. She crawls under my park model. And if she would just be nice and sleep under there and leave like a good guest in the morning, I would be fine with that. But she doesn't. She trashes my skirting. So I had to call, well, my neighbors suggested I go talk to the office, which I've done that before, and it was no big deal. They were just like, yeah, sorry, they're wild animals. We can't help it. And then the neighbors across the street suggested I call the animal control. Well, weirdly enough, in Tucson, there is no animal control. There is only, the animal control is for cats and dogs only. And they call it like pet assistance. So you call Fish and Wildlife, which, not surprised, Fish and Wildlife, it's wildlife. So I called Fish and Wildlife, and they said, well, sorry, there's not much we can do, but I'll put you through to our Javelina expert. So to me, that was telling. Javelina expert? They need one? So they put me through to the Javelina expert, who called me back, and she said that there's nothing you can do, they're wild animals, except reinforce your skirting so they can't get underwear. Or get under there. Get underwear. Well, I'll give them underwear. I'd gladly do that if it would get them out. Get under my place. The damage, and I'll put the pictures because I took pictures of the damage, I'll give you a picture of the Javelina too because my neighbor took a picture of it. Oh my God, they're gonna be slides. I have stills. I don't have video footage, but yeah, they're not kind. So she said to use 2x4s and build frames and then put the aluminum on that so that they cannot get in. So that is what we are going to do as soon as Dan, the guy who redid my siding and redid my windows in the first place, as soon as he gets here, and he's getting here on Monday. He happens to be Tony's son, so, we have a built-in contractor down here. And he's going to help us figure it out. you know, David will help, I'll help, whatever, but we're going to figure it out. So it looks like we are going to do home fix it down here while David's up there doing home fix it. And I don't know if I told you that. So I've come down by myself with Tony and Kathy, who you saw in the last video, on a road trip. I help them drive, and it's 2 cars, and I drove both of them. I mostly helped Tony, and we alternated days. But then there was one day when when Kathy's shoulder was sore that I took over driving for her. But she did most of that by herself. Anyway, yeah, fun. So we came down here. I'm here by myself. It's not super comfortable when you're in the house by yourself to have a javelina busting through. I was kind of afraid to go outside. So I called my neighbor yesterday, and so one of the things we have in the park is happy hour on Fridays. Only I guess this year they're doing happy hour every day of the week. But I went down and sat with them for a while, and I was, they know I have the javelina. Kind of makes you a superstar in the neighborhood. Javelina under your house, because they all know who you are. So I was telling them about the javelina woes, and then when I came home from happy hour, that's when the javelina entered my home, and I have one of my neighbor's phone numbers. So I called her, and I'm like, Judy, the javelina's under my house. So she came down. She's braver than I, because she grabbed her flashlight and started coming down the alley. It's not an alley, it's like our backyards. She came down, and I'm like, oh my God, don't go down there. And then we got in the car, and we looked to see if any gates were open, and then the neighbor across the street came over, and he shined the flashlight under my house. Oh my God. It's a thing. Anyway, what else have I done besides javelina hunting? Oh, I went to pigtails. This is the longest my hair has ever been. What do you think? Do I look like I'm 12? It feels kind of weird to have pigtails. Tell me what you think. I was thinking braids. I've never been able to make braids in my hair because my hair is very short and long. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do braids. I may become a braid person. I'll get back to you. I guess I have Native American hair because that's my lineage and my family. And I was reading up on how to get the short flyaways because I just assumed that maybe I didn't have such Native American hair because it was flyaway. I also call it Asian hair because it's very similar in lay and texture. It's very thick. It's very long and short. I had short hair until I was 4. And so I looked it up, and apparently the way historically that you kept your hair in some tribes, I don't know if the Cherokee, which is my tribe, I don't know if they used bear grease, but you use bear grease in your hair. So I keep telling everybody I need some bear grease to get my hair right so I can put braids in. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some sort of, I don't know if I'll figure out some hair product so I can wear braids. If I can manage to do braids on myself. I'm great on others, but I'm not great on myself. So what did I do project-wise? Let's get back to knitting and crochet. I finished the Hug Me shawl. Finished. Done. All the corrections in the pattern. You have the pattern that you can download if you want it. It's in the comment, or it's in the info below. I'll put it in again. It's going to be here for a while, but there is a limit to how long I'm going to give this away. So, it will be free giveaway, let's just say through Christmas. I'm going to leave it up there till Christmas. So if you know anybody that will want this pattern, tell them to come see the YouTube channel. And I would love it if you'd follow. I can't make you follow, but I would love it if you follow. We have 206 subscribers, which I think that's good, but it's kind of lame to in comparison to some other YouTubers that I have come across. One gal, what's her name? Professor Pearl. She's cool. She's nice. I personally think ours is a good channel. She got 1,000 subscribers in a week. I'm like, how does that happen? There must be a secret that I don't know about. Anyway, shawl, free giveaway for a month. Tell your friends to come follow so that we get more subscribers. And I got to block this. So it's ready to go. And I like the tassels too, Kathy, because Kathy, I know you commented that I'm going to put a tassel on it. So my dilemma is, do I do a tassel out of the same yarn? Do I find some other like black silk thread or black thread and do one that's finer? Or wouldn't a beaded one be cool? Let me know in the comments what you think I should do tassel-wise. So in the in the original pattern, they put tassels off this triangle collar, and I think it would be good to get some weight on it. And I think they put a tassel off the point in the back. So maybe the front collars, I don't know how that would hang, if it would hang right on the collars. Or the other option I thought about was putting buttons, like sparkly buttons on the triangle and on the front lapels. Anyway, give me embellishment ideas, because I'm going to embellish with one. This one's mine, this black one. I wear stuff that goes with, well, don't we all? Wear clothing that goes with black quite a bit. So that's next, is to block this and then figure out embellishments. The other thing is, and I'm selling kits for this, you get to pick your color. It takes 4 skeins of Donegal tweed or a worsted weight to make one of these as it sits. And I have this much left. You just needed a little bit of the 4th skein. So if it were 50-gram skeins, you probably would need 7 50-gram skeins. But these are 100-grammers, so you need 4 100-gram skeins. But I have this much left. So the next dilemma I have is, do I make a hat? Like, I could make a cool little beret to go with my Hug Me shawl. Or I could do fingerless gloves to go with my Hug Me shawl. I can't think of anything else that would be a good pairing or an accompaniment. I guess I could do like a headband. I don't know. What do you think? What should I make out of this? A little more than 50 grams left of my soft Donegal to go with my Hug Me shawl. That's the next dilemma I have. What do I do? All right, what else? I've only been here 2 days, mind you. Finished this when I got here. Granted, I did most of this on the road. The other thing I did is, my friend I told you, Ylian, is getting married next week, and I wanted to make a dress. And I brought the fabric down that I'm going to make this dress with. However, I kind of looked around at patterns, but then, you know, do I just want to start with the pattern? And I have a dress that I love. I've worn it on camera before, but it's this polka dot dress. It fits me really good, except that it's a little big around the shoulders right here. So I decided I'm going to recreate this dress out of my new fabric and fix the shoulder problem at the same time. So last night, this could be a big mistake. I may never get this back together again. I'm paying attention as to what I'm doing when I tear it apart, but I am tearing my dress apart. This is a knit dress. Before I tore it apart, I went in and I pinned up the changes I want to make. So I put a pin in, like here. I put a pin in right here on the shoulder. This shoulder hangs off my arm like a wing, so I don't really like it. So I put a pin in right here to mark where I want to make a change. I gathered up on the neckline, and this won't work for this one fix, but it will work when I lay out the next pattern. I gathered up this neckline so that when I cut the new one, I'm not going to cut the neckline so wide. I'm going to bring it in. What else did I do? Oh, I moved both darts down a couple of inches because this is made for girls with perkier boobs than me. And my boobs are not this perky. So I'm moving the waist dart down about 1 inch or 2, and I'm also doing the bust dart down 1 inch or 2. Today the plan is to finish tearing this apart and build a pattern off of it, just because I just really like the way this fits, except the darts and the neckline. So I'm going to make adjustments. I'm going to make a pattern off of it. And then I have some muslin with me, and I'm going to do a mock-up out of that and make sure, one, that it works. This is a knit, and so I'm going to have to put some ease in that I don't have in this. So I'm going to do a mock-up out of muslin. It will be thinner fabric. You really want to use the same thickness of fabric that you're going to use in the end product. But we'll see. I'm going to try it. Out of muslin, I did debate double thickness muslin, and I may do that because I'm just going to do the shell. I'm not going to do any facings. I'm just going to do the shell, the initial shell, and see how it fits, and then make any adjustments off that. And then I will use my real fabric, which I should have gone and got when I had this little break right now, and show you, because Tony came over, and Tony brought me, ta-da, Frappuccino. So now I'm having a double coffee morning. A double morning coffee with Tina. Yay. It's so sweet. It's peppermint's back. Starbucks didn't have peppermint for a while. And then down here in Arizona, they don't have the base at some of the places. Where was it? Where were we? Oh, Phoenix. We were in Phoenix. And I was all excited to get up first thing and get my Frappuccino and sit on the patio in the heat. I took some pictures. Actually, I took a picture of me on the patio, very happy because it was 83 degrees and I was sitting on the patio, which is one of my favorite things to do when we come to Arizona, is just get away, sit on the patio at Starbucks, and sit in the sun and knit or do what, or embroider or do whatever craft I'm working on. That's one of my favorite things. So I'll give you a video from there one of these times, probably when David comes down, because that's what we do. Yeah, they're having shortages down here now. It's bizarre the shortages that we've had these days. Don't you think so? Oh, that's another thing you could put in the comments. What shortage have you come up against? I know we've hit toilet paper again, and at one point we had trouble finding 409 for cleaner. And then I've had an ongoing coffee issue. We had no peppermint up in Portland for ages. And then now here in Arizona, they don't have the base, so they can't do any frappuccinos. And clearly in Tucson, they've got them again. I think Tucson ran out of peppermint flavoring. So, yeah, it's been a good year, hasn't it? Hasn't it been a lovely couple of years? Yeah. Oh, woohoo! I'll tell you more about our masking on the trip, too. That was a bit weird. It was very weird. There were states that had none. So maybe when I show you my haul, I'll tell you about the trip down more fully and talk about some of the masking issues in some of the towns. Tucson so far was about 50-50. So I'm okay so far because I mask up hardcore. I didn't when we did our happy hour last night because we're not as distant as I was liked, but we're outside at least. And we're reasonably distanced apart in a chair with decent gaps between people. And I pulled back a little bit, so I kind of enforced my own 5 to 6 foot rule. I'm doing that in addition to the fact that because I've been on the road through states that didn't wear masks, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna keep my distance from these people. But because I don't want to make them sick any more than me. But we all were talking about how everybody had their booster. I think only one person had not had their booster, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go now. Gotta go work on this dress, and I'm up for dinner tonight. Well, I'm doing all the cooking. So tonight is taco salad because Tony and I like that, and then I'm gonna invite Kathy over, and we're gonna she's got like more even allergies than me and Tony, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to do a taco salad for her. She'll have to bring some ingredients herself. I know I've got some green beans she could put into it, and I've got corn, which I think she can have, but she can't have tomatoes, can't have potatoes, can't have green peppers, can't have cheese, can't have wheat. So it's kind of hard. You narrow your diet down a bit. Tony and I are just like, no wheat. We can have the rest. I try to limit my sugar, but not fully. Yay! All right. I'll let you go. Bye. Have a good week. I will definitely see you on Wednesday. I'm trying to improve quality and reducing quality a little bit so that I don't struggle with getting it all fit in and then just leaving you gaps of no videos with nothing. So twice a week is the schedule. I'm sorry, it's pretty much the same schedule as Kelly. I think Kelly's Monday, Wednesday. So you get 2 videos on Wednesday. But we're working on it. Tell your friends. I would like more viewers just so that we can get more interaction. I'd like to see more comments so that I could address the comments. And I will do a YouTube live. It's just that if I do a YouTube live and nobody's there, it's not really very fun. I'd rather talk to people. Anyway, I may come back and do a Facebook live here now and then, but I have trouble with getting the Facebook downloaded and then over to YouTube, and I'd like to do that. So yeah, technology. I'm amazed I've managed to do it this far. Oh, and I didn't turn my ring light back on, so the lighting changed. Tell me what you think. Do you like the lighting that I had before in the first half of the video, or do you like the lighting in the second half of the video? Technology. All right. Bye. Have a good week.